We are in the Cosumnes River watershed in the El Dorado National Forest, and we are here taking water samples and conducting erosion experiments to look at how the fires have impacted this watershed.
It's really important for us to start sampling Caldor Fire now before the rain and winter snow comes, because we're trying to understand how the system's going to respond and potentially think about ways to mitigate flooding, also soil erosion, and even larger scale landslides. Trying to better understand some of the long-term progression of how the forest is going to respond is really important for thinking about just water supply in general.
We'll be conducting the water quality measurements throughout time after rain events, so we know what baseline is now versus what a storm is going to introduce to the system. We are installing these erosion pins in the hillside, so we'll see over the next few rain events how much of the ash and soil layer that we're losing.
This ash is going to record information about the fire and about the vegetation. As water is in contact with the ash and infiltrates into the ground, and as that water runs off the surface, it will be in contact with this ash layer. And so by studying the chemistry of the ash, then we are able to make some connections to water quality.
Some of the short-term concerns are really about flooding and sediment movement, so erosion. But we're also really interested longer term about how the forest is going to respond and what that means for down gradient water users. So the Sierras, where we are today, are really important for water resources in California. And so all the precipitation, all the snowpack that falls up here in these forests eventually moves down into the Central Valley. We actually have this model built of the Cosumnes region for the last few years. We actually explored hypothetical burn in this watershed to try to sort of understand that large-scale shifting in water partitioning above or below ground. So it's this balancing act. And I think when we're now have this opportunity to look at a real system, it's an opportunity to sort of understand what did we get right in the model and what didn't we? And that's really important for future projections.